Church today. It's very lovely to see everybody here, and it's a very lovely welcome to everybody at home. Today we have Felix bringing us our preach. We have Matt and Lizzie, they'll be leading us in our time of worship, and we have Jono who will be leading our children's work today.
Perfect. So before we hand over to Felix for the preach and to share God's word, you know, something just was on my mind, and actually speaking to Felix before of what he's going to be bringing to us, it just sort of shows just, you know, how aligned the spirit can be as people are preparing for today and for the videos. And, you know, I've been working from home for the last number of months, and it's very easy for me especially to disengage my brain if you're on WebEx virtual meetings and you're not there live, or you're on calls. And it can sometimes be, I think, you know, in this area, you know, when we're worshipping in our own house or looking at YouTube or here today in masks and a bit unnatural settings, to not find it maybe difficult or harder to fully engage our mind, body and spirit. And, you know, I was reminded of Paul's letter to Romans, and in chapter 8 we read how, you know, it's not us doing it really in our own strength. It's not us gritting our teeth and trying to engage and to maybe feel our way through this experience. Because Paul writes in chapter 8 of Romans, he says, "We know that the whole creation has been groaning as in the pains of childbirth, right up to the present time. Not only so, but we ourselves who have that first fruits of the Spirit groan inwardly as we wait eagerly for our adoption to sonship, the redemption of our bodies. For in this hope we were saved. But hope that is seen is no hope at all. Who hopes for what they already have? But if we hope for what we do not have, we wait for it patiently. In the same way, the Spirit helps us in our weakness. We do not know what we ought to pray for, but the Spirit himself intercedes for us through wordless groans. And he who searches our hearts knows the mind of the Spirit, because the Spirit intercedes for God's people in accordance with the will of God. And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose." So just my prayer for all of us here tonight, and for those listening at home at whatever time you choose, that we engage fully with mind, body and spirit, and not in our own strength but in our weakness, so the Spirit can intercede for us. And especially at this time when there's a lot of maybe impatience for things to go back to how they were, that we rest in God and patiently wait for the hope that, although we can't see it, we know is there. So Felix, I invite you up, brother, to share God's word with us now.